Hello and welcome back to the Show Me Jeff channel. My name is Jeff, and today's topic is who should not join the direct mail businesses that I have. So I'd like everyone to join my businesses, but the sad reality that really was discussed today on Russ Fye's YouTube channel, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, I might have these days all bleeding together, but what he was discussing was that unfortunately there's a lot of people that join and they don't get the immediate gratification that they're looking for, and they might send out a few cards, they might send out a few postcards or letters, and then they quit. And I don't know, I can't say for sure where my journey with direct mail is going to go. I'm feeling really good about it. I'm now like into my fourth week, and Russ was saying that it was about 5 weeks when he got his first sale. And I've covered this before, that this is a lagging um, indicator of success, because when your mail gets to its destination, it takes time for you to send out the mail and to it reach its destination, and then people get it and they put it off to the side, and sometimes there can be weeks or if not months before they act on it. Not everybody picks up their mail every single day of the week. Some of these people have post office boxes. Other people, like I said, they put the mail to the side, and whenever the situation is, warrants, whenever the pain is great enough, that's when they respond, and they do it on their own schedule. So another thing is that these postcards all have phone numbers and websites where people can insert their information. So while you've only sent the mail one time, it's conceivable that people are going to the sites, they're opting into the newsletter, or they're calling the number and they're getting information and they're putting it to the side, but they're still being followed up on a regular basis. Like American Bill Money, for example, they're sending text messages, every so often. Today I got a message from American Bill Money that they're having a special for the next 48 hours where if you're on their list already, I don't know if this is for new people or not, but if you're already opted in on their list, you can join, and I take it back, it's $20. They're giving you like $30 off. And that's just your first month. But, coming in to the business, instead of paying $50, you only have to pay $20. That's really good. So they're doing everything that they can do to follow up with people. And what I'm trying to say is that these businesses take time, right? When you're sending out your mail, it's the law of large numbers that really comes into play. You just have to keep sending out the mail. Letters are better than postcards, because letters, you're putting your own branding in there. You're putting in multiple postcards. Like I'm now sending out 3 postcards, a business card, and a letter to my leads, and that gives me a lot more opportunity. People can go to my website, they can opt in, they can see who I am, they can reach out to me and answer questions, and that's all optional. Some people just prefer to basically remain anonymous. The way that the company knows it's you is they give you an ID number. So a lot of people just mail postcards, and they don't do any of the personal branding. They don't want to do any of the personal branding. They just they buy stamps, and we have sources where you can buy stamps at a discount, really, really cheap. There's a little bit of due diligence that I would suggest, because like I said, that the source that I get my current stamps from, like Russ had taken the stamps to this postmaster, and what I had done, and the postmaster had verified that the stamps that he got were legit, and I'm taking the stamps and I'm like doing a close-up picture of it, and I have a premium subscription to ChatGPT, so the stamps have the micro printing, they have the security features on it, and they look and appear to be genuine stamps. So I have pretty full confidence that they're legit. I know that they are reaching their destinations. There's no issues or anything with that, but you always have to do your due diligence, and do what you feel is appropriate. If that means you have to, do like I do, like taking a picture of the stamp or taking it to the postmaster, you can do that for sure. You should do that. But I digress. I got off into a little bit of a tangent there. So it's going to take some time, right? You have to give this business time, and you have to be consistent. Whatever your goal is, whatever many letters or stamp or postcards you're sending out, you got to do it. You got to give it the better part of a year. I would say at least half of a year, if not 6 to 9 months, mailing every single day and sending that off. And if you're going to do postcards, then you probably need to do 4 times as many to get the results that you're looking for. And that, it's just the law of large numbers. And Murphy's Law is just going to test your commitment level. And something that a lot of people do is that they join programs like this. I'm guilty of this too. I've bought money-making courses and opportunities, and I never cracked open the manual. And there's some people that I saw the statistic once when it comes to like money-making courses that people will often buy it and they'll just briefly open it and forget about even like implementing the material. They won't even finish the course. They won't even get halfway through the course. A lot of people won't even get a third of the way of the course, and some people, for whatever reason, they get a dopamine hit by just buying the course, and they don't open it at all. So what I'm selling is not courses, but if you're planning on joining my opportunity and you're willing to pay money to come into these different programs, but you pay for the program, but you're not willing to send out the postcards or you're not willing to do the letters, it's not going to work. You're wasting your money. That's why I made the title of this video, "Who Should Not Get Involved with Direct Mail," because people are they have this false sense, like they just believe that if I just buy it, if I just pay for something and I sign up, then I'm in the business. No, you're not in the business when you sign up. You're in the business when you actually implement the techniques that you're being taught. When you get when you sign up for these different direct mail companies, you got to go out and buy the postcards. Each one of these direct mail companies is different. So one of them provides both the postcards and the leads. One of them just does the postcards. One of them doesn't do either the postcards and leads. So you got to purchase those separately. But you got to send it out. You got to get you either get the regular stamps from the post office, you can get cheaper stamps from Costco, or we have a source where it's deeply discounted stamps. But like I said, like you got to use appropriate caution. Do your due diligence, check it out. It's not too expensive. Like I said, I'm pretty confident that stamps are legit based on what I told you before. So you're not in the business until you start sending mail out, and and then there's a lot of people they either don't send anything out, or they only send a couple hundred letters or postcards out, and they don't get the success that they're looking for, and then they're off to the next shiny object. You can't do that. You're not being fair to yourself, and you're not being fair to other people. If you decide after paying the money and that you don't want to do this after all, you just whatever the reason is, you decide not to do it, then that's a decision that you made. It's like you take it. You go to college and you study to learn. I'll give you a perfect example. I had gotten in my mind that I wanted to be a lawyer, so I went to law school for a year, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was not what I was expecting. Law school was more about legal theories and case law and this and that. I'm thinking this is an opportunity for me to like put on a performance and argue the merits, and a lot of that is what attorneys actually do. But the education that they have to have is nothing like that. I don't think you learn that until maybe your third or fourth year in law school. But that first year, it's just brutal. It's just raw information. It's just regurgitating raw information, and I didn't continue after the first year. In fact, like I said, I like to like shake up the system. I like, that's why I did really well with human resources is because, that's where you get to really advocate for people and help people out. Attorneys do the same thing, but there's a whole lot more, and you got to go through this whole entire process to become a lawyer, and then you got to take the bar exam, and it's a lot of stuff. And like I said, I did 1 year of it, and I was like, this is not for me. This is definitely not for me. So I can't blame the law school, because I just didn't. I got into this, and it was really overwhelming. It was too much. I honestly didn't apply myself, enough. I didn't take the time to study, because you got to be really, really committed if you're going to go for your law degree. You got to be really, really committed. Um, and I just wasn't, and I did horribly. I think I passed the first year, but I got like a C or like a C minus D plus something, barely just passing through. And I knew that the school that I was attending was a California-based education, and in California they have what's called the baby bar. So after your first year, you got to go take the baby bar, which is really hard, and just like its older brother, the regular bar. So you got to really take two bar exams. I didn't want anything to do with it. This is just like too much. But whose fault was it? Whose fault was it that I didn't succeed? It's my fault because I didn't apply myself. And I decided, after I romanticized the idea, like, oh yeah, I'd love to be an attorney. I'd love to make this money and help people and argue cases, or in front of juries and things like that. But there's a whole lot more to it than that. There's a whole lot more to it. So if you're going to do the postcard, or you're going to do the direct mail business, the letters or the postcards, you got to follow through. And you've got to come into this, knowing that you got to send out mail every day, and you got to give it more than a fair shot. And even like what Russ was telling in his video today was like, 5 weeks in, the first couple of weeks he's beginning to have those doubts. Like, man, is this really going to work? You're sending out all this mail, and it seems like it's forever. And that's where I'm at right now. But then, 5 weeks into it, he got his first sale, then he got more sales, and then he tripled his income. So that can be your story. There's a whole lot of factors involved, but if it, to see if it works for you, you've got to give it ample opportunity. And if you're not willing to implement that, if you think that just paying money and signing up is going to do it for you, it's not. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. Even though I'm happy to get a commission from somebody signing up, I would prefer you would not do that, because I want you to be successful with it, because I get even more money when you're successful. When you start making sales, and I get an override on some of these programs, and then we all win. But if you're going to come in and you don't make any money, and then you just you badmouth the businesses and badmouth the industry, then you're robbing somebody else of the opportunity. Somebody else who would be more committed, but you already put it out there in the universe that, I tried it and it didn't work. No, you didn't try it. You didn't try it. We told you this right from day one, right from the very beginning. You got to send out a certain amount of mail, and you got to do it consistently over I would say a long period of time. And I define that as 6 to 9 months. That's just my, what I'm thinking. And then there were comments before that say, hey, that's not enough. Some people think it should be more like a year. Maybe like double the production that I'm doing, and it's a year. But I think, and I've always said, without second guessing it, 6 to 9 months, 15 letters a day, every day, including no days off, weekends, on Sunday, there's no mail pickup. So, I have double the mail going out on Monday, but every day I'm sending out letters, every single day, no days off, and that's going to go on. And in 6 to 9 months, I'm going to reassess and see where it's at. And we'll just have to see, right? And this is the hard part. This is the part where it really takes some faith. So all this ties into my previous video. I did a video about faith, and I did a video, about why you shouldn't get involved with this, if you're not committed. And that's basically what I've got for you today. So, I'd like you to join. Join for the right reasons. And if you join, be committed and stick with it and don't quit. And if you can't do that, then don't join. Because you don't make money by signing up. You make money by implementing and being consistent and showing up every day and doing it every single day. And it could be, it's that saying goes that if you try to work easy, the money will be hard. But if you work hard, the money will come easy. So that's what I got for you today. Work hard. And now I'll take you on a tour of showmejeff.com. So this is my Show Me Jeff webpage. It takes you to my link tree, which is showmejeff.com. And I have several different opportunities I'd like to show you. The first one is the newest mailbox money program. It is called Instant Pay 24/7. So you simply put your name, email, and phone number in, and you'll be redirected to this page. What's great about this program is it will pay you instantly a $200 commission. They call it Instant Pay 247 because it's $247 to get started with this program. It is a little bit more money than the other two direct mail programs, but the commissions are also higher. So I would suggest if you're going to do just one of these and not all three of them, then I would suggest doing Instant Pay 24/7. And this is a one-time cost to get involved. You do have to pay for the postcards separately. So when you come on to this and you sign up, I can share with you some resources for getting postcards, but you do have to pay for the postcards separately. And you do have to pay for the leads separately. So keep that in mind. We have some really good resources to get discount leads and stamps from a particular source. You can inquire when you sign up for this, and basically you buy your stamps and they give you a bunch of leads for basically it's included in the price. I wouldn't say it's free, but they give you a bunch of leads with stamps. So basically you're not going to run out of leads when you buy your stamps. So that's just one method. That's just one option that is currently available. So that's Instant Pay 24/7. The second one is Cash Building Systems Unlimited. It's got a similar landing page, but they go to different sites. This is a replicated website called My Capture Page. So both Instant Pay 24/7 and Cash Building Systems Unlimited have used My Capture Page. So you can go ahead and put your name and email address in, and it's the same deal. This Cash Building Systems Unlimited is a one-time cost. You can get started for $50. That includes 200 postcards and leads. 200 postcards and 200 leads are included with that $50. So that's an excellent deal, and that's a one-time cost to get involved. So that's a really good system, very low-cost system to get started, especially if you're on a budget. Direct mail opportunity number 3 is American Bill Money. This is also a replicated website that they run. And what's great about this is they've been in business for 22 plus years, and this is a $50 program per month. $50 gets you started with a starter package, but this particular opportunity is a subscription. You can cancel at any time, but what's great about doing this particular opportunity is you have the opportunity to earn residual income, which means you sign somebody up and they keep paying month after month until they cancel. And if they're making money, people aren't going to be canceling. So the people who cancel are the people who sign up and don't do anything. So don't let that be you. Stick with American Bill Money. This is also a $50 program, just like Cash Building Systems Unlimited. This particular program comes with the leads, but does not come with postcards. So you have to buy the postcards. I'm telling you about these two programs, the postcards, because when I purchased American Bill Money, I did not understand that the postcards weren't included, that the postcards were an additional cost, and I didn't mind that. It was just that it just took more time because it takes them some time to print the postcards out with your ID number on them. So I had to wait a few more days. I had to wait about another week or so before I could, put my letters together because I wanted to have both. I was promoting Cash Building Systems Unlimited and American Bill Money together, and I wanted to have both of those in the same envelope. So I had to wait a little longer. So to cut down on your wait time and to prevent disappointment, I'm just telling you, Instant Pay 24/7 does not include leads or postcards. Cash Building Systems Unlimited comes with postcards and leads, and American Bill Money just comes with leads. So I hope that makes sense. So if you do one, and if you have the funds, I strongly suggest, instead of just promoting one, why not do all three? Why not use the Russ method and put all of the three postcards in an envelope, in a number 10 envelope, with a business card and a letter that you create, and we can give you a template for that, and send these letters off. And then, you're going to have a much higher response rate, and you have a chance to have people. Some people will join all three of your programs. So if you can swing it, that's what I would recommend that you do. Now, if you want to remain anonymous or you don't want to deal with anybody, there's a lot of people who are like that, and I totally get it, then just join one of these three opportunities and just mail out the postcards. Just take the peel and stick lead label, attach it to the postcard, and mail it out. And that's it. You don't have to. You can be completely anonymous and keep your name off of it, and just go about your business. All you got to do is really just affix the lead label to the postcard, put a stamp on it, and put it in the mailbox, and there you go. All right. So the next one is the paid per letter. This is the one where you make money. This is the one that I made $17,000 in 2024. Sending them out to billion-dollar corporations. They have to do this. There's a reason why. I would just say go through the full presentation, see if this is right for you, and if it is, then you can get started making money sending out letters. This is a little bit different because this is not a direct mail per se. This is sending letters to corporations. But there's a reason why. This is not sending letters to business opportunity seekers or having them, pay like an affiliate. There's nothing like that. This is completely different from the other three that I just showed you. So this is something that you can also take advantage of. All right. Being a benefits consultant, earning residual income, no license required. You can learn all about this particular business by clicking on this one right here, learning all about this company that's been in business for 32 years plus, and they have over 200,000 providers. They have a health benefits plan that's not insurance, no license required, for $39.95. It's unmatched, it's unbeatable. Like, for example, it includes a dental plan in that $39.95. 70% of the American population has no dental plan at all. So when they go to the dentist, they either pay full price or they don't go at all. And that's a shame. There's a lot of people who need to go to the dentist and they can't afford it. So this is a tremendous opportunity. That's just one facet of it. I don't want to spend too much time, but I would strongly suggest checking this out. This is a great sales opportunity. Sales is the highest paid profession in the world. Don't let the sales word scare you off. I do recommend this, and this is something that I work on every single day, and I'm seeing great results from this. I think this is going to just absolutely a fantastic program, and I'm really proud of this program. Okay, and Sparky AI, artificial intelligence. It's the future. Sparky AI calls leads for you. It promotes business opportunities for you. It's just insane what technology can do. So AI revolution is here. If in a couple of years, basically most jobs are going to be replaced. It's actually kind of scary because just the level of sophistication that artificial intelligence has. Um, that's why I'm saying, okay, the postcard opportunities, the direct mail opportunities, I don't believe are going away. AI won't replace that. People are going to be gravitating toward opportunities like that because they're going to need some kind of side hustle because people's jobs are going away. A lot of jobs are going away. My Tesla drives itself. It's scary how sophisticated it is. So this Sparky AI calls people. It just calls people. It does emails. They got a whole system here. So you definitely want to get ahead of AI and not be behind it because there's a lot of people going to be left behind, and you don't want to be one of them. All right, so check that out. Sparky AI is very low cost to get involved with Sparky AI, and they have an income warranty where after a couple months, if you don't see progress, you stop paying, and they keep working on your behalf until they generate results for you. So that's Sparky AI, an all-in-one digital business. This is a great heart-centric company. They have a $25 a month funnel builder program, which is outstanding. And they've got a lot of good coaching, and they've got a lot of good financial literacy. They've got a lot of great programs. It's a very heart-centric company. They give you a lot of value for a very, very low price. So I definitely recommend checking out that. So on my Show Me Jeff page, there's a area. You can call me up here at 321-209-4422, or you can click this questions, reach out, and it has a web form. You can either call me or you can send me a message via this web form. And then finally, I have the latest YouTube video down here at the bottom. And that's all I got for you today. Thanks very much for checking out the showmejeff.com website, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.